Cortina Mk3 drop-in fuel tank. So, see in there, you've got the fuel line feeding into the coupling, which also had an earth and the wire for the sensor, for the fuel gauge. That was detached yesterday, very stiff, very corroded, but it came off. I think the earth screw is kind of seized into the bodywork. That'll need drilling out, the socket rounded, the nut head rounded into the socket. And then these were, I was a second away from grinding that out because that wasn't going anywhere, but persevered, twisted and turned, and it's finally released. So that nut is loose and it's gonna come down this thread, which will enable the catch at the top, the hook, or the arm, whatever you call it. Where is it? That arm there grabs onto the chassis. So once there's a bit of play, which is a bit more give in the shaft, I'll be able to unhook that, and then on the other side the same, and the fuel tank that should then be able to be moved down. That is the theory. I should add that coupling there, it kind of unscrews. Obviously the fuel line's still attached at the moment. The tank is empty, but you know, there could be a tiny bit of fuel left at the bottom. But that should twist off quite easily. There we go, fuel tank is out. We saved the brackets as well. It took a long time to unscrew them because it was so rusty. The bolts held up in the spanner about an hour, half an hour per side, and then it dropped. So next thing is to just press this out, just turn it, and it should push out. Fuel line's nice and still a bit of play in that. There's no fuel in the tank. And then we'll see how the tank is. Well, it looks very rusty, but there's no holes in it. There we go. Everything can be restored, maybe save for the actual nuts on the bolt there. To tap it with the hammer and chisel gently, then it released. And that is it, guys. It's the sensory unit, the fuel gauge, and the fuel line itself. I'll try and get it out now, nice and carefully. Probably with 2 hands. Here it comes. There we go, guys. That's what it looks like. Now, I'm no expert, but I'm guessing this acts a little bit like a cistern in a toilet when it flushes into this. There you go. Depending on the level of fuel in the tank. That's obviously the buoyancy on the end. And it moves here, it sends the message to the gauge how much fuel's in the tank in layman's terms.